Welcome to Sampstra Game, the place to find new strategy games, and today I bring you a recipe on how to be magnificent. It just takes one simple step. All you have to do is change your name to Lorenzo. Lorenzo Il Magnifico is a game that's in early access. We're going to play it together here today. It's based on a board game, and it very much feels like a board game, which is really interesting because I haven't really played any game quite like that yet, so I'm very excited. And so a big thank you to the developers for giving me a key for it, and now let's go. I'm going to start a new game. I'm going to obviously be playing as a human, because you don't know yet that I'm an artificial intelligence. I thought I already told them, shush, shush, I have to turn on my human voice. And we're going to play against a medium AI. Now we're going to play with leaders and we're going to choose basic income. Basic income gives you more resources essentially, and play with leaders, it helps you get extra bonuses if you do what the leaders want you to do. So we're going to take that because it gives you sort of direction on where to move with the game, which I think is pretty cool. So I definitely want to do that. So we're going to click play and let's go. Okay, so first of all, we can choose our basic income. In the game, among dozillion other things that we're going to talk about that you can do, there's also a harvest phase and a production phase that you can activate. And in those, you get certain resources. And what we can do is we can choose which kind of resources we get in these phases. So this is the harvest phase, this is the production phase. In the games, you have 5 resources plus 1. The 5 resources are servant, that's the purple thing. Gold, that's the gold yellow thing. Stone, that's the silver thing. Wood, that's sort of like the brown thing. Then you have fate, which is a red thing, which we do not see over here. And the 5th one is military points, which is the blue thing. So what I have here, I have 3 choices: scrivener, nobleman, or peasant. And essentially, if I'm going through a production phase or a harvest phase, I can get these kind of resources. So in the harvest phase, I could get wood, stone, and military points. In the production phase, I could get 1 servant and 2 gold. Or if I pick the nobleman, then I have in the harvest phase, I have wood, stone, servants. In the production phase, I have 2 gold and 1 military point. So essentially, you want to decide what you want to get more of, because you have 1 of each in all of these options. But in the scrivener options, I get extra gold. In the nobleman options, I also get extra gold, and in the peasant option I get more military points. I'm gonna go for the, I think I'll go with the nobleman for it like that. So during harvest we get wood, stone, servant. During production we get military points and gold. Why am I not picking the scrivener? Well, with the scrivener you get gold and servants at the same time, and there are ways in the game to get servants and gold separately, so you don't need to have them sort of combined together. I'd rather have them in like 2 separate things, because the production phase and the harvest phase, they don't happen at the same time. So just gonna pick this. Don't worry about it, I'll explain it to you later. Then we have leaders. So we have 6 options and we need to pick 4 out of the 6 leaders. Like I said, the leaders kind of give you like direction in how you want to move with the game. So first, let's kind of read what the leaders can give me. So in order to sort of get the benefit from a leader, or the effect that says down here, you need to meet some requirements. And when you meet them, you can sort of befriend the leader. So you come to them, you give them like these kind of gifts or stuff, and you don't actually lose the things. It's more like you need to have them. And if you have, for example, for this guy, I need to have 8 military points and 3 buildings. I'm not gonna lose any of those things, but if I have it, he's like, okay, you're worth my time, I'm gonna talk to you and I'll give you the effect. So whenever you gain council privileges from a source, you get 1 additional council privilege. Oh, this is actually pretty great. I definitely wanted this guy. For this, we would need 3 buildings and 8 military points. So there are 4 types of things you can get in the games. There are territories, characters, buildings, and ventures. So this is like one type of that, which is like a building. Another guy is this one. We need 20 victory points, 3 territories, 1 befriended leader. Whenever you gain victory points from a source, you get 1 additional victory. I'm not going to go for this because getting victory points, well, it is the goal of the game, but we're not going to go for this one. Requirement: wood, stone, servants, gold. You gain 5 additional victory points whenever you support the church. Oh, this is actually pretty great because I'm gonna need fate to support the church, and if you get enough fate, you can get these kind of like great bonuses, a lot of victory points. So I definitely like this guy. Leonardo da Vinci, we need 2 territories, 4 characters. Once per round, activate a production as though you were using a family member of value 0, though you can still use servants or assets. Not the greatest. Raffaello Sanzio, 6 wood, 4 servants, 3 characters. Once per round, you may exchange 1 victory point for gold or 1 gold for victory points. Exchanging gold for victory points is not bad. And Filippo Brunelleschi, you need 5 buildings. You don't have to pay 3 gold toll to send a family member. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Again, I'll talk more about it when I actually explain the part of the game, but I want this to be like out of the screen so I can show you the stuff better. But this guy is fantastic. Now, this guy means I need buildings. So the question is whether we want these other guys as well, because this guy, for example, wants me to have characters, but I'd rather have other guys that actually require me to have buildings, which was there somebody else who wanted buildings? Who wanted buildings? You want characters. You want territories characters, and you want territories and victory points. The thing is, Leonardo da Vinci, I don't really like this. Like, this is value 0. In order to make this work well, we would need to get a lot of servants, and I don't know if I want to go down that path. This guy, I need characters. I mean, this could work. I think I'll go with this one. We'll get 3 territories fairly easily, and we'll befriend other leader, and I guess we'll just get some extra victory points. I mean, sure, let's go. Right, so now I can explain how the game works. So, unfortunately, the other guy goes first, but that's okay. So, this is, we have these 4 towers: territory tower, character tower, building tower, and ventures tower. Now, at the start of the game, or around, at the start of a round, I should say, we get 4 people. These are our family members, and we can send them to do stuff. We can send them to do multiple stuff. We can buy 1 thing in a tower, 1 thing in all of these towers together, so like this or that or stuff like that. Or I could send them to the barn to harvest, or I can send them to workshop to get like production. So for example, right now our basic... what did we pick? Well, whatever we picked as the basic income, we could get that right now, but it's not very effective. You can only go harvest or get production in the workshop once per round. Takes time until you get rid of all of these family members. So, yeah, so essentially it takes 4 turns to finish a round. And you can only go once per round, and because we are 2 players, when I go to the harvest, then he cannot harvest at all this round. So definitely something we ideally want to do before he does, but it's not completely necessary. Now the main thing you want to do at the start is buy one of these things. So, or get one of these things. Now, the way this works is that you buy something in a tower. For example, if I buy something in a character tower, I will occupy it. So right now, because he went first, he bought a building. So he's occupying the building tower. That means if I want to buy anything in the building tower, then I need to pay additional money to be able to buy anything, like additional 3 gold, which can be pretty expensive in the end. So that's why this guy, that gives me the effect that you don't have to pay 3 gold toll to send a family member to an occupied tower, is so powerful, because otherwise you have to pay quite a lot. So how do you choose which one to go for? Well, first of all, there's a certain price. For example, if I want to like get this character, the stonemason, I need to pay this. This is yellow, so that means gold, and it says 4. So I need to pay 4 gold in order to be able to get this. Now, another thing is, in order to be able to get this, you need to send a family member, and this family member has this sort of like a value here. You can see that this guy, for example, has 6. So in order to get the right thing, like square or something, I want to call it a building, but building is a separate thing, so that's why we shouldn't call it a building. In order to get this character, I need to get a score of 7. This is up here. Now, my guy only has 6. That's okay. You can increase the value by using servants. But for example, so I could buy this, but I would have to pay 4 gold, because that's what it costs, and 1 servant in addition to sending this family member there. Now, this character gives me an effect of, whenever you take building from towers, decrease the value of the tower slots by 2. You also get a discount of 1 wood or 1 stone on its cost. Oh, that's actually pretty awesome. And it's a permanent effect, so it would work for all of these things. Now, I was talking about the leaders, and I said that the leaders give you direction. Well, the direction is, what do I want to focus on? Do I want to focus on buildings, territories, characters, buildings, or benches? So you can see here that I need to have 8 military points and 3 buildings. And for this guy, I need 5 buildings. For this guy, I need 3 territories and 1 building. I guess, yeah. It is, yeah, that's 5 buildings. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do right now is focus. I cannot build any buildings, unfortunately, because this guy is here. So I should focus probably on territories, because that's what this leader needs. So we could do that. So we want to look at the territories, and we've got a couple of options. So this one costs 7. This one does not have any expense. I can get that for free. And the benefit of this is that during harvest, I would get additional gold. Now, the way the harvest works, I'm going to talk to you more about when it happens. But essentially, you again send a family member there, and then you get the harvest that you need. So this will give me 1 gold. That's not that great. This is much better, though. This gives me both gold and a servant. That's probably more useful. However, I kind of want to look at if I maybe want a character. I really like this thing. The permanent effect of whenever we take a building, because we're going to focus on building, just maybe not right now, we can decrease the value of the tower slots by 2, meaning that we don't need such a powerful family member. We can have, for example, someone that just takes like 3 or something. And we also get a discount of wood or stone on its cost. That's pretty cool. So I'm thinking we're going to take this. Now it cost me 4 gold, which I have because I have 6 gold in total, and it cost me 1 servant. So I think we're gonna do that. But let me just talk to you about the other options. This, for example, is cool because it increases the value of your production by 2. So when you are going to roll for production, it's going to give you a pretty big advantage. But right now, let's just pick this. We're going to recruit the stonemason, because we know that we're going to go a lot for buildings very soon. And then we can just end our turn because we have sent our person. Now he has bought a territory right here. So now these 2 towers are occupied by him. This one is occupied by me. And yeah, you can now see that this, when we click on this, the cost is 3, but I actually have to pay 6 because it doesn't matter who occupies it. As long as it's occupied, you have to pay extra money to get it. So right now our option is to either go for ventures or just avoid the tower completely and goes elsewhere, because I just don't have much money. So let's look at the venture options, what we could get. This, I cannot really get this because this requires me to have military points that I simply don't have. This needs 3 wood, and it would give me victory points and 4 servants. So essentially this is like an exchange, 3 wood for 4 servants. However, I don't have enough wood, so I actually can't do that. This I don't have military points for. For repairing church gives me fate. Fate you need to pay to the church at the end of the 2nd round. This is not, and it's also pretty cheap. It only needs like a family member that is 1. So I think I'm going to go for this. I'm going to sponsor repairing the church. And it also gives me 5 victory points, which is cool. But mainly I did it for the fate. Now I'm going to end my turn and let the other guy go. So he went to the market over here and he grabbed the 5 servants. This is something that you can do. Now right now I cannot go there and get the servants, but I could go over here and take gold. Which is probably what I'm going to do, because with 1 gold I cannot really do anything in the tower because everything costs 3 extra. So I think I'm going to send one of my guys here, this one. And it needs to have a value of at least 1. So because this guy has 0, I need to sacrifice 1 servant. But I'm going to do it. It's okay. Let's just collect it. So we get some extra gold. And we're going to end our turn. Okay, he has chosen to harvest. We could go to production. But it's not very effective right now because I could get 2 gold and 1 military point for this family member. But I don't think that's the best choice. Instead, what I'm going to do is, because he always goes first. So in this game, it's actually beneficial to be first. Because if he goes second, he has already that time to occupy a tower. So like you saw, he occupied the buildings thing before I even had a turn. So that was pretty bad for me. So I'm going to go to the council palace. And I'm going to ensure, well, that I go first next turn. However, one more thing. We have a pretty good roll here. So we could try to get this territory. It would cost me 3 gold, but I do have gold now. And it would help me with this requirement because we would get at least one territory pretty early. Also, it would help me with harvest next turn. So question is, do we want this or do we want to go first? Now, I think we want to go first more. Let's... But getting a 5-member is not the easiest. Now, all of this is going to disappear at the end of the round, so we will not be able to get any of these things again. You know what I'm gonna do this. Though, side note, we want to go for buildings. If you look at this building has a very interesting effect. During production, whenever you satisfy the activation value of this card, we'll talk about when we get to production, you get 1 gold for each building. Now, because we know we want to go for buildings, we could get a lot of additional money if we just go down this path. Now, also, we have price options you can see on top. We can either pay 3 stone, no wood, and 3 gold to get this, or we could choose to pay 2 stone, 1 wood, and 3 gold. I'm gonna go with this way and have some stone left. So we're gonna go with, yeah, we're gonna go with this. Purchase. Because then we can get a lot of extra gold. Maybe not right now, but like when we get like 2 or 3 buildings, which we need anyways, it could really help us out. Unfortunately, he will still go first. But this time he bought a character, not a building. Alright, so now it's my turn, and I definitely want to build a building. Want to buy a building, I know that. So we have a couple of options. Tax office. We get victory points. During production, we get 1 gold for any territory that we have. That's not really good, because we don't have any territories. We don't even plan to buy any territories. Also, I cannot afford this, because I don't have enough resources. How about this, though? I get 1 fate. That's pretty good. And during production, I could convert gold into fate. Or I could buy this for 1 gold and 1 stone. And during production, I can convert wood into gold. Now, I think we'll take and it gives me victory points. I think we'll take the fate here. I think that's more important. I'm going to place a 4 person here. So this guy. It says I cannot, oh, I don't even have 1 wood. Ah, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's bad. That is very unfortunate. And I kind of wish I went for the stone in the last thing. Okay, well, in that case, what else could we buy? All of this costs wood because I actually cannot buy either one of these things. I could get a lot of military points here. No, I can't because I don't have that much gold. Can I even buy anything? I guess I could buy a territory. Get wood. Oh, this is better. This gives me a servant and gives me benefit for harvest. I'm gonna use a servant, but I'm gonna get a servant immediately. So we'll do that. Then we're going to end my turn. We're probably gonna need to go for production more. So now he bought this, but he had to pay extra money for that. Now, right now, I think we want to check production. Okay, so the way the production works is that we have 1 point here and 5 points here. So in order to activate this first thing, I only need a person who has a die of 1. In order to activate the second thing, I need somebody who has a die of 5. So if I use this, I'll get 3 gold and 1 military point. That's kind of useless for me because what I want to get is wood. So production is not a good idea. So let's focus on harvest instead. If I want to go harvest, I would need just 1 to get a servant and stone and wood. And if I use 6, I'll get fate. So I could use this guy, pay 1 servant, and then I can activate both of these. So I will get 1 wood, 2 stone, 1 servant, 1 fate, and I pay 1 servant to do that. I think I'm gonna do it, and hopefully next turn we can buy... What was it we wanted to buy? This. No, the fate thing. This is what we want. So during production, we can convert gold to fate, but more importantly, we get another building, which is what I need. So I'm going to grab that. Very nice. He took the gold in the market. I think we should probably try to grab some servants. Unless, do we want to buy a venture or a character? We could buy a venture. The thing is, I don't really... I mean, I could buy... I cannot really buy any of these. Because I just don't have the stuff for that. So we can go either for production. In which case we would just get 2 gold and a military point, so that's not effective. So instead, we could either go to the council point palace again or go to the market. I'm gonna go to the council palace. And the council palace, first of all, we're gonna go first next turn, which is the important thing. And we can also pick a privilege. So I'm going to go for fate. I'm going to pick her and we're going to grab fate. Oh, actually, it's not my turn, so we gotta end the turn first. So he went to the market to get servants, that's fine. Right now I want to go here and grab a fate point. I'll send her over and I'll collect. So now we have 4 fate points. And this should be the end of round 2, I believe. Enter. Now, by the order of the Holy Father, the shade of eternal damnation looms upon us. Will you answer to the Vectorion's call and support our Holy Father? If you accept, we'll be rewarded with some victory points in exchange for all of our fate. So we'll pay 4 fate, but we'll get 4 victory points. And if I can manage to fulfill one of my leaders, I could get additional victory points for future times I do this. If I don't do this, whenever I gain a servant, I get 1 servant less. I definitely don't want that, so I'm actually going to pay. And because I want the victory points. Now, he did not pay, meaning every time he gets a servant, he gets 1 less, so he's not going to get many servants. That's good for me. Now, I also now go first because I went to the council palace, which is great because remember, we just need as many buildings as possible. Buildings are my thing. Now, I'd also like things that help me with production, but all of these 3 are just converting. I don't want conversion right now. I just want additional stuff. For example, this could give me military points. I could grab this pretty easily. This gives me 8 victory points, just like that. And I can either pay 2 gold, 2 stone. Oh, I have no wood. Oh, I hate it when I have no wood. We really should go do some sort of production. No wood. So the only thing building wise I could get is this. Gives me 3 military points. It costs 0. So it's a pretty useless building, but it is a building. And I really want to get to this as fast as I can. I wonder if we should go for production instead, but this is not really giving us much stuff. It gives us just gold. I need resources. And this could give me a lot of stone, but not so much other things. So we could take the risk. We could go to the territory area and try to get this. Because this during harvest is going to give me extra wood. I could use this neutral guy and buy this and hope that he's not going to go for buildings, because then next time I can do production and get the extra stuff. I think we're going to do this. It cost me 1 servant, but I'll get that servant back, so that's pretty cool. We're going to end our turn. Okay, he went for characters. That's great. Unfortunately, I still need to do production before I can buy anything in the buildings category. So, sorry, harvesting, not production. I'm going to grab the 6 guy, who is pretty expensive, but I can afford it. And I'll get a lot of wood and a lot of everything, essentially. So let's harvest. Okay, what is he gonna do? Okay, he went to the production, that's good. So now I can afford to buy this. I'm going to go 2-2-1 because I seem to be lacking the wood the most. And during production, for example, next time I can get extra military points and I also get victory points, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to use this guy. And I'm going to pay 2 gold, 2 stone, and 1 wood. Purchase stronghold. Great. And we have 3 buildings out of 5. Now we already fulfilled 3 buildings out of 3 over here. So I just need 1 extra military point. And then I can, whenever you gain council privileges from a story, you get 1 additional council privilege. So this is pretty cool. So that's something you want to focus on right now. So for example, getting this building would be pretty cool. This cost me 4 stone that I don't have right now. 4 stone. Yeah, I can get that. I could go for this though. Oh, I don't have 5 gold. The problem with this is that if you have at least 6 military points, it will cost you 3 military points, which then puts me down to 4, and I actually need to move that up, not down. The problem is I cannot do harvesting because I've already done that. I cannot do production either. I could go to the council palace and get military points there, but it seems a bit like a waste. I think I'm just gonna grab gold, so that maybe next turn we have enough gold. Though, I mean, in the council we can get 2 military points, so if I use this, I will lose 1 military points but gain 5 gold, because the council privilege is gonna give me the military points back. I really wish I would have enough stone for this. Or we could go for this, get victory points and 2 fate. Or gold. Oh, this is such a tough choice. 3 and 2. Oh, we could also go for this. No, we don't, because we don't have enough servants for that. You know what? Let me just grab the money. I'm just gonna grab the money. We'll try to get the military points next turn somehow. For this guy. End the turn. Oh, he's gonna try to go first next time. That's not the greatest for me, but that's okay. Oh, I'm still first? No, he's first. So what did he buy? He didn't buy anything. He went to production. Kind of unfortunate. I wanted to go to production. So I'm going to go to... I would like to buy a building. Can any building give me military points? Not really. What is this though? You can take a character from towers as though you were using a family member of value 6. So this is pretty cool because I can pay for this. But essentially I get 2 characters. Now unfortunately for the second character I will need to pay extra gold because this tower will be occupied. But otherwise it is pretty cool. I'm really thinking whether we should move to the buildings instead. Though we do need 1 extra territory for this anyways. So... Or I could just buy 6 gold and get 6 military points. Except we don't have enough servants for that. Okay, scratch that. So if I do this, I can pay 3 gold to get this thing. I have 4 gold left, which I can use to buy nothing. Or I could buy this thing, which I don't have enough servants for. This thing. This thing I could buy for 4. And then I can take a building as though I had a family member of level 6. So then I could get this building for free. Oh, then I could get any of these buildings for free. Oh, that is fantastic. So we'll grab this guy, pay one servant. We're gonna recruit an architect. Also, we get discount of 1 wood and 1 stone on the cost of the building. Which, well, actually all the buildings cost nothing, so it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. Now, at this point, which building do we want to take? That's the question. We could take... This one gives us the most victory points, and then it allows me to turn stone into victory points. Or I could grab this, get fate. And get a floor bonus. I think I'll grab this. Purchase Baptistry. Go. Okay, so because we got the floor bonus, we now have increased military. So now I can go towards this leader, Jacopo Salviati, and I can befriend him, which means whenever I gain council privileges from a source, I get additional council privilege. Now this is great because that means that if I go in the council privilege, instead of getting 2 of these, I can get 4. So now it becomes effective for me to actually go there or to try to get things that give me council privileges so I can get that extra. Also, if we only need 1 extra building to activate this, which would be cool. or 1 territory to activate this guy over here, and 1 more victory point, which would be pretty nice as well. So we're gonna end our turn because that's it. Now he grabbed gold. Now what do we want to do? So we need a territory or a building. Now the problem with the building is that right now I'd have to pay 3 gold to get it. 2 wood. Oh no, actually I didn't, because I used the ability. It doesn't count as claimed. So we just want to buy one of these. I think we want to turn stone into... Whoa, this costs 3 stone. I think I'll grab this because the wood seems to be the hardest thing for me to get. And I'm going to send this family member with a power of 0. I'll grab it. And now I have 5 buildings, which means I can activate this leader. Why can I activate it? Don't I have 5 things? Yes, okay, I can activate him. Which means now I don't have to care about whether he's occupying or whether I'm occupying a building or not. I'd really like to get this. There's a lot of military points there. Or I can take this. It's going to cost me 4 military points, but I don't care about military points now. And I get victory points and fate. I think we'll do that. We'll put this guy in. I'm going to sponsor this and get the good stuff. So I have a lot of gold now. End my turn. He bought something here. Now I need that territory, and then I can activate this leader. So I need some sort of territory. Doesn't matter which one. I only have a power of 2 though, so I can only get this really, or this. So do we want gold or servants? I think we want servants and wood more than gold. So I'm going to actually use this person, conquer the estate, and then I can activate this leader, or this one, sorry. And anytime I gain a victory point, I gain an extra. We're gonna end our turn now. This is... Oh, I didn't realize this was already... No! I didn't realize this was already the 4th round. Do you have to pay to the church in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th round? The game totally has just 6 rounds. So if you accept, will be rewarded with victory points in exchange for all our trade. We unfortunately don't have enough. I don't know how much trade we have. I think we just have 2. Whenever you conquer territory, increase the effort of the action by 4. So I'm not gonna pay. He didn't pay either though. So that means territories are super expensive for us. That's okay because we don't really care about territories right now. So just be focusing on other things. Now in order to activate this guy, which is for the supporting of the church for extra victory points there, which honestly I don't know if it's worth focusing on right now. We might just want to buy things that give us the most victory points over here. Like for example, this cost me 4 gold and 3 servants. And it gives me better production. Though he does like to go produce. So I'm thinking that I should go for production because he really likes to do that. Oh, though in order I could only get up to 4 with my servants because I have such a bad cards here. So I could only get very little stuff. So we're not gonna do this. This is too bad for us. So leave that alone. So we could get a bunch of military points here, or this is 4 military points and a council privilege, so you get 2 council privileges, but I can't get that because it's too high of a number here. So let's look at characters maybe. Oh, this is pretty cool. So this, if you take the governor, we take 2 victory points for each building I possess. So that's great. The problem, I don't have enough servants. So I think I'm just going to grab servants. Or this. Wait, what is this? You can take any asset from any tower as though we were using a family member of value 7. Okay, so I could get this. Oh, but this cost me 6 gold, so then I don't have enough money to take that because you still need to pay the gold. So I'm going to go for gold, and I'm going to hope that he's... Oh, I can't because he went for gold. Oh man, that's rough. So I'd have to go for servant or to council privilege. Let's go to council privilege. I'm going to grab gold, and I'm going to use the regular one. Collect. This should give me extra gold again because of the leader. Yeah, so I'm going to pick more gold. And I'm going to end my turn and hope that... Okay, so he didn't steal this one. Instead he took, I don't know what he took, but he took something else. So I can grab this, which is huge for me. Wait, I'm still out of, no, I'm still out of servants for this. Oh my god, I did not calculate. Yeah, I was focusing on that thing and he took it from me. So, what else could we get? I guess we're gonna need to go for the servants then. This is such a rough thing. I'm sure he's gonna steal it by the time I can get to it because it's taking me so many turns. Maybe it would have been more effective to buy something like this. Please don't take it. No, so he went to visit the church, I think, or something. I don't know. But I'm going to go to the governor and finally buy this. It's gonna cost me 6 gold and 4 servant, but I want it. Because it's gonna give me a lot of bonuses, a lot of victory points for my buildings. Then I'm gonna end my turn. I have one more guy with the die value of 0. So I could pay 8. No, I can't do that. I could pay 4. All of my servants and all of my gold in order to get this. That's not very effective. What about this? I just need... Wait, can I do this? I need to have 7 military points for these. Only have 5. I could go harvesting, but that seems kind of pointless. What could I do right now? Right now it's like I cannot really do anything. I mean, I could get this, but what is this? Activate the production as though you were using a family member of value 3. Well, that's really the only thing I can do, so I guess I'll do it. We'll sponsor it. That's just gonna activate my production, which is gonna give me a little bit of something. I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, it's giving me 2 gold, 1 military points. I can turn the gold into fate. And I can turn the fate back into gold and victory points. I think we'll do that. Yeah, produce. So we're gonna get 1 extra gold and 2 extra victory points. Okay, we're gonna end our turn. Okay. Now this is the final round, I believe. In order to pay this, we need 5 fate. At the end, you lose 1 victory point for every wood, stone, and golden servant you possess. So if we're not gonna have enough fate, which we might not have, then we want to make sure that we have no resources left. Or we need to, actually we just need to get 2 more fates. That should not be that difficult. So for example, I could get fate here, but for this I need to have 4 more military points. What is this? You pay 233, which I don't have. I need fate right now. I could go for this. Just need 1 servant. Oh, that doesn't give me... Yeah, that gives me 2 fate, which is all I need. So I just need 1 servant. So I'm going to go for servants and hope for the best. I'll send the... I have to send the 4 guy, which is not great, but it's okay. And I want to grab this, unless he's gonna take it first. End my turn. Of course he took it, no! Okay, well what else could we get then? This? 3 and 4. Don't have enough of that. We could take this, which is just 2, 3, 2. No, we don't have enough for this either. We just need to either produce or harvest. I think we need to go for production. Harvest then. Or do we give up on fate and go a different route? That's the question. But if I could get a 4 person, I could get 2 extra wood. I'm thinking about buying this thing. 2 extra wood, I would get to 5 wood. And I will get 1 stone, so that's just 2 stones. That's not enough stone. I would need to send the 6th die person, which I could. And then I get enough of everything. So let's do that. We'll harvest. I'm going to end our turn, and then we're going to grab this. Grabbing this I can pay 3 stone and 4 of these, and I'm gonna pick this family member. Purchase. So now I have enough fate, so I don't have to worry about anything. I can pay the church. And we'll end the turn. Now what do we want to do with our last guy? That's a question. I want to get something that gives me a lot of military points, ideally, but I cannot buy this. Can I buy this? 232? No. 9 is my military. No. We can't get much of anything here. We get this 3 victory points. This I can get. I think really the only, or this? 233, no, we just don't have enough. So I'm gonna have to go with, we get those extra victory points from having buildings. Fortunately, I cannot buy any of these buildings. I mean, really, the only thing I can go for is like, maybe this. If it's worth it. I think it might be better to just go for maybe... Oh, we could go for production. Send him in. Get him up to 5. And we'll try to convert fate to victory points. Gold to fate. Oh, I cannot use this for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, it's because I have no stone. I mean, it's not very effective, but I guess we'll do it. Gonna give us 3 victory points, which is better than anything we could buy over here, I think. End the turn. We're going to pay for 9 victory points. Okay. Get a little. So we get points. He gets points for characters. He gets. Oh, we're at 84 now. Cool. We have destroyed him. See, it's important to go what the leaders do, because we got some extra points from the buildings, which was pretty cool. And yeah, we won on quests, military and resources. He was better at characters and terrains, which is fine. So I am the winner, and the winner is you. Yes. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, write down in the comments, and you can click on the right top to watch Railed, which is a train puzzle game, or you can click on the right bottom to watch Immortal Rounds Vampire Wars, which is an amazing turn-based combat game. I'll see you in one of those. Bye bye.